Greetings, kith and kind. This introduction is its own little section about myself and the state of my Prime Genshin account before the main video. Timestamps down below to skip this section and others. To start off, I'd like to say that my name is Hush and I am a neurodivergent gamer. A little bit more about that in a few minutes. And though I do enjoy me some MMORPGs and other sandbox titles as well, my current focus is pretty heavily invested into Genshin at the moment. My history with Genshin is that I started playing about 4 to 6 months after its release, and I made it fairly far into the current content at the time, down into Liyue a bit before Inazuma was announced. I had gotten a little burned out by that point and took a small break, returning near the tail end of Inazuma content a little bit before Sumeru was first announced. I've been a daily player through all of the Sumeru content and currently am patiently waiting for the 3.6 patch to be released with its new content, which I am very excited for. In this downtime, I have been watching a lot of new players finding Genshin for the first time and falling in love with it, just as I and so many others have in these past few years, which made me start thinking back to all of that time ago, to my own first attempt at trying to play this game, and how it's a bit fuzzy to recall. I never thought about recording it at the time, and I didn't even think that I would stick with it for as long as I have, or reach as far as I have within the game itself. So I'd like to show you where I'm at on my main account real quick, and then talk about why I'm recording this video before hopping into things. So this is my current map, which as you can see is all maxed out to 100%, and this includes the sub-regions of the Chasm and Economia. I even 100% the Golden Apple Archipelago before it was removed from the last event. But what some of you may not know is that this percentage counter on its own isn't a true telling of your real percentage in game. There will always be some extra chests and puzzles and other items scattered about, even after this particular map says 100%. This is where the interactive online map is vital for completionists. I have 100% that map in order to reach the actual full completion status up to current content. Now, that said, technically because Sumeru isn't entirely out yet, my magic turnip in Vanarana isn't maxed yet, and my Statue of the Seven for Sumeru isn't maxed yet. But I have already found every sigil and oculus to offer up once they are unlocked. So, ready for that. Next is achievements. For the most part, I am done with the majority of them. As you can see, a lot are 100%, and my overall total is above 100 completed achievements. The few that I have left are the ones that I'll get gradually over time by passively interacting with the world through either combat, fishing, gardening, and doing commissions, which has its own RNG BS. The combat in particular I struggle with a little bit, but I think I'll eventually get there. With completing Spiral being a goal, I do want to get eventually. Maybe not 36 starring it yet, but we'll see. Other than that, a lot of logging in to fight the unusual Hilichurl, making sure to check my teapot every day, and doing comms, hoping that the RNG is good that day just to like finish those off. So now onto my characters, which are all at least 60 or higher in level, and I'm working on getting them up to at least 80 for those few extra fates. The characters that I use the most, or just like in general, I've leveled to 90, and I have a good number of characters that have a decent amount of constellations, as well as having a number of weapons that I've leveled and refined either to max or near maxed status. So this is my whole account essentially. I'm AR57, so I still have a ways to go before level 60, and this leads me into the reason for this video as a whole. I want to record my interactions with this game from the beginning again, since I didn't think to do it initially. I want to really focus a bit more on the lore connections, the art, the beautiful music, and I just want to visit this world again and really appreciate it. I sped through the game when I first started and became, burnout, and I didn't know how to manage my primos or pay close attention to some of the earlier details. And now that I'm at the end of this account and I can't remember exactly what I thought about the story or was thinking when deciding to progress from area to area in the beginning. And now I've hit this wall of progression, or at least like this very viscous barrier where there isn't really enough for me to do to fill my time with things that I'd like to work on, as I can, do all of my dailies in like 30 minutes, and it's a bit of a slog to do the things that I could be working on, but I am not very good at like artifact farming. This is a bit of the crux of this issue. It's, as I mentioned earlier, about me being neurodivergent. I'm autistic and I also have ADHD. And being on the spectrum is something that I figured out maybe a little over a year ago at this point, so I never really knew the reason why I struggled with some things and could hyperfixate on others really easily growing up. And in these last number of years, I've slowly been trying to accept myself bit by bit. Not that this is, related to anything in particular, but coming from a past of complex trauma, I've been on a bit of a journey to learn to love myself, from embracing my Asian American heritage and facing all of that generational trauma, to realizing that I have, like chronic pain and need to be mindful so I don't overdo it with my physical body, and accepting myself as non-binary, and learning that I'm autistic and that there's a reason why I struggle with things and have anxiety attacks and meltdowns and all of that. And knowing how to like name all of that stuff now makes it a lot easier for me to process my thoughts and ask for help sometimes, though a lot of the time I'm still not sure what to do either and get stuck. But all of this is to say that I struggle with a lot of things daily, and within Genshin even, I see that I struggle with some things more than others too. That mostly being stats, like with artifacts and weapons and characters. I understand the basics of like bigger balanced numbers, like done a certain way, listed, give bigger numbers in practice. And I can understand what like individual stats can do on their own. But once there are multiple of them that need to be balanced on multiple items, along with keeping synergy between multiple characters, which all have their own constellation talents and multiple artifacts and weapons that all have different variables that need to be balanced, I just can't understand it anymore. Suddenly, it's like a garbled soup in my head. And that can be really frustrating when the end of the game is kind of, you know, revolving around that aspect, with farming artifacts and knowing how best to build everything if you want to complete, you know, spiral or do insane boss runs and stuff. Or even like doing meme builds that I've seen people do because they know how to like manipulate stats to work in their favor for crazy stuff. So as a disclaimer of sorts for moving on in this series, I just want people to be aware of all of that, and that I'll probably still struggle with these things in the playthrough. And I'd like some kind manners in that regard. I'm okay with some constructive criticism, some little tips, but beyond that, like if someone starts listing, you know, a lot of stat corrections or complaining about how I'm building things and that kind of stuff, like it's not really something that I can handle. I'm trying my best and enjoying it how I like to play the game and how I'm like understanding the game. And primarily this playthrough is more for my future self to look back on more than it is for content, really. Though I'm very glad to be able to share this, you know, journey, this revisiting of Teyvat again with all of you. And with all of that out of the way, the last thing I'd like to say before starting all of this, this is going to be more of a chill, long play form, with only, you know, a very little amount of edits. I'm not gonna, you know, be super fancy quality, since I'm not like a professional editor or commentator. So this could be more of something to maybe have on in the background, maybe. And just, you know, you'll hear, you know, fans in the background, or possibly like my fish tank, or people, you know, moving around as I live with my partner, and I have a dog that's can be kind of annoying with, you know, jumping around on things. So I just like wanted to put that out there, that if this is not like your thing, I completely get it. And if you're expecting like really funny, you know, memes and stuff, like I don't think that I'm gonna ever get to a point where I know how to edit that stuff in properly to have the same effect as, you know, other really good editors out there can do. So it's just gonna be pretty simple, you know, maybe some skips here and there if like I need to cut something out because I'm, you know, taking too long or something. As far as, you know, speaking, I have to pause a lot whenever I don't have some kind of like script or something like that. So throughout all of this, because I'm reacting to everything fresh and trying to figure stuff out in my brain, and I'm a little bit slow to like move on from certain things, if I'm getting into the groove of something, it can kind of be hard for me to switch, you know, from stopping to collect everything, going back to story, and vice versa. So just kind of be aware that there could be like longer pauses of me maybe not speaking for a couple minutes if I'm really focusing on something, to, you know, me talking a bunch but not really doing something because I'm too busy trying to like get words out of my mouth to focus on what I'm doing on screen. And, you know, and then I could just, you know, also just start speaking about random stuff that has nothing to do with anything. Because that's just how my brain works. But yeah, so I guess without further ado, I'm going to switch it over to the Asia, and I know that data cannot be shared. So start the game, load it up. I really want to take a lot of time in appreciating art in this game. As far as music, scenery, I have had to lower the graphics, like the actual like graphics quality that I'm playing at, to get a steady 60 FPS for this, which you'll see in the corner. I have like a little meter that I have to kind of keep track of that. So like, yeah, I just want to kind of appreciate the game the second time through, now that I know things to look for and I've become so invested in it. Like this opening screen, the first time I logged in to boot it up, I was really in awe. I sat for at least 10 minutes letting the bridge build across this opening scenery so that I could see all of the pillars and bridges and shadows and just everything continuously and seamlessly transition. And I didn't even realize when I first logged in that like the sky changes with the actual time of day, which I thought was really, really neat concept, because depending on when you play it, it's going to give you a different vibe. As you can tell, my night sky is here because it is very late with me doing this. So it is very beautiful with the moon, stars, and the clouds. And yeah, this song, I knew that it was like Genshin's sort of like main motif. But as we'll see when we get later into the thing, this song actually has more significance to especially our starting area, Mondstadt. And I just think that's like really cool that they decided to intertwine that, and it's even being played with a harp. So it's just so beautiful. That ending. Okay, let's go in.
つまり、お前たちは世界の外から漂流してきたのか？お前たちがそこから離れて次の世界へ行こうとしたとき、見たこともない神がお前たちの前に現れたと。
よそ者、お前たちの旅はここまでだ。この天理の調停者がここで人の子のおごりに終焉を。
So much. It was taking everything inside of me to not start like making noise so that you could hear everything playing out. Oh, but I love it so much. So in my last playthrough, I did Aether as the twin that I selected, and I kind of feel like I might do that again. Nothing against like Lumine MC mains, but I vibe with Aether's style a little bit more. So I think I'm gonna stick with Aether. And I guess I'll just stick with my name, because yeah. Alright, confirm for Hush.
こうして見知らぬ神が俺の妹ホタルを連れ去っていった。そして俺も神に封印され本来の力を失うことになる。あまたの世界を乗り越えてきた俺たちはここで囚われの身となった。果たしてそれから何年経ったのか俺にはもうわからない。でもいずれ必ず突き止めてみせる。目覚めてからずっと一人でさまよっていた。2ヶ月前君と出会うまで。
おう、あの時お前がいなかったらオイラはもう溺れ死んでたからな。だからオイラも案内役頑張るぞ。そろそろ出発の時間だ。行こう。
出発indeed. Can I just say, I love the opening for this game so much. It is so clean. It's so clean. Let's get this out of the way. No element Aether. Okay. That's so cool. I don't think I ever really looked at his outfit when I first played. Like, his earring is black. And the tassels on his little cape are also black. As well as his arms. His little gauntlets. I think his knee pad things also sort of light up blue, if I remember correctly. It's so strange. Because that's a detail that I just don't think I ever really noticed. Because I was so wowed by everything else, which is so beautiful. That is like so nice. That is a crisp beach scenery. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take a picture of Aether standing on the starting rock, if I can. Okay, cool. It does let me do screenshots this early on. Oh. Maybe not save that one. Just do like this. We'll save that one. And we'll get a closer shot. Because, like, I'm not gonna be able to get any shots of no element Aether after this anyways. Ooh, that looks cool. With the sun and the stars from his animation. That's very neat. Back shot. Okay. Oh, I can make him sad. Sad that he's missing his sibling. Ooh, that kind of looks a little bit more determined at that angle. Oh, wait. No, I missed it. Hey there, my boy. Yes. Mm. No. That first initial stretch is the best time to take pictures. I got one though, so I guess I'll be happy with that. Alright. Starting beach. Honestly, I don't know that I ever came back here after my initial playthrough of this. Other than to get chests and stuff, but I guess we'll do that real quick before moving on. It's the slowest swim to start off with. Okay.
この世界も俺に答えているのか。
Okay, I got that. Ooh, physical damage. That's not too bad for a starting one. Open this up for a moment. Well, I'm gonna take a look at these in a few minutes after we kind of get through this little opening section. I do also want to kind of like go over voice lines and things of that nature, since this is a more lore based video, slow pacing as well. I could just die. Because it should, well no, because it'll pop me back on the rock. It doesn't actually take you to like the nearest land, it takes you back to where you jumped off. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Well, honestly. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it. Oh, it did! Okay, because, yeah, I have to... Okay, so it was actually nice and didn't do the thing that I thought it was gonna do. No box for me to get down here. Alright, slime. Done. So beautiful. Okay. Thank you. Minimap and it's just so... that's just so good. If there's, I might have to like cut out some of this stuff, but because I want pictures of everything. Okay. Alright, just continue going.
進めなそうだな。登っていくか。登るにはスタミナを使う。回復には時間が必要だ。じゃあルートを決めたら出発だ。目指すは七天神像。この世界にいる七柱の神のうちどれを探してるんだ？
Another thing I guess I should also say is that I love collecting materials. So if I see something shiny, I'm gonna go after it because I know how much material collecting is very important later on. Can I just get a chance to like interact with the game as well in things that I haven't done in a while? Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna die again. Yeah. Fish was, ooh, hi Pokemon. Fish was a little bit more important than focusing on stamina. Okay, so. Oh, that's something I don't have pictures of either, is Traveler and Paimon just together, because this is like the only time you get Paimon following you. Oh, I need a place here. Here's a good place for a picture of Traveler and Paimon together. Bam. Oh, it'd be so cute to have both of them yawn at the same time. Oh, so close! So close. That's there. I don't want to get too close because I don't want her to pop away just yet. Alright, sorry everyone, I just had to like get a whole bunch of pictures and really kind of take my time with this no elemental Aether. So I guess we'll just do this. And I got some with Paimon too following me, because this is like the only time Paimon really follows you. So very beautiful. Having a peek of one stat, but also Celestia way up there. Just, you know, looming ever closer. I think with every version of the game that's come out, it's gotten closer and closer. So I wanted to say that from the first time that I played this, this is not what Celestia looked like the first time that I played. This is a lot closer than what I remember my first playthrough being. So yeah, I'm gonna hop into the cutscene and we'll move on. So I think that's how you say it. I do have Japanese voices on.
神をかたどった像は七神の象徴としてこの大陸に点在してるんだ。7つの元素の神のうちこれは風を司るものだな。お前の探してるのがこの風の神かどうかは知らないけど、風神の領地に連れてきたのにはちゃんとした理由があるんだぞ。
Thank you, Paimon. Outlander who caught the wind.
ほら、言葉は歌となり、風と共に流れ。
Hold on, Paimon. I'm taking the view again. Oh, and the music. Never really had music up until this point. Music has now decided to start. And the little air wisps. Okay. My brain is just like trying to take in everything.
妹さんの情報があると思うんだ。もちろん神が答えてくれるかはやってみないとわからないけどな。よし、急ごう。
You ever notice like when Paimon is coming through here, she like stops on by the rocks and stuff, like a Sealy. I know that's a really common theory, is that she's somehow related to the Sealies, and honestly, I kind of would believe that for the way she's
どこ
depicted.
に行くんだ。オイラのところに来てくれ。
Yeah, Paimon. I know.
そのまま泳げるぞ。
And in a minute, Paimon, I got shiny things to grab. Some mushroom. Squirrel. There's 4. Oh, got it. Need some meat. I'm sorry if there's some stuttering.
旅の収穫だ。
Thank you, Seely. I'm glad I could help you home. Already first. Amber. I know I'm just like, seems like I'm just murdering every single animal that I come across, but it's just kind of how I usually play. Oh, also, fun tip. Oh, I didn't do it right that time. Most like chunks and stuff. Oh, yes, again. Yeah, if you do like a plunge attack on them, you don't have to sit there and hit them like a bagillion times to get the items. I learned that pretty far into my first playthrough of this game. And when I found that out, because I don't usually have the Claymore character out, and I don't really like switching characters very often, I found out the plunge attack was my next best bet for grabbing ores. Yeah, and I'm like kind of avoiding getting my elements still. It's so weird to like run around without like being able to do my skills. But as you can see, all the ones that I've picked up so far with this method, one hit, pots. Big. Another one is if you don't want to like jump and grab foods, you can hit the tree while also getting tree resources. Things will fall. This one frees me. Okay. Being frozen is one of the worst elemental reactions to have. Happen to you, because you just get stuck in like this frozen cycle and it is so bad. I know I deserve it, but I need your meat. Because I know how annoying healing is, whatever. It is starting off. So that's the village rock camp. That's down there. I don't want to do that one just yet. Just go in this whole side over here. There. Ah, got it. Last second. Oh. The potions and stuff, I don't really worry about them. You can only really get them if you have the range tag. It's really hard to like kill them with a melee character. Okay, so I think I just discovered, or not discovered, but like explored most of that side of the lake. I'm gonna go on this side real quick. I'm just imagining like Traveler walking around with Paimon, and Paimon's like trying to get to go somewhere, and then Traveler's just jumping off into the forest and up trees and climbing rocks and doing all this stuff, just zipping through the trees like ninja style. And then like plopping back down on the path beside her. Yeah, like just plopping back down in front of her, like, I got all this stuff. Because that would be something that I imagine that Aether would do. Very anime protagonist. Like. Nothing. Okay, so after this tree, yeah, okay, because we got Bellatrils and stuff. I'll kind of try to keep to this ring up this way. We'll have some stuff. There's also a chest down there. We'll do this next little swath of section in a moment after I swim over and do this next quest. I think we've got all the flowers on the edge. Alright. Let's finally get my first element. Oh, you can see Venti's statue. Celestia. I always wonder if that's like on purpose. Like, I know a lot of the scenes that they have in here, like things are placed a specific way so that you get specific shots. But I wonder if Celestia and the Statue of the Seven for this particular spot was like in development, made to line up in that way with Starfall Lake. I think I might also go up here before going into the woods. I think I'm going to do some exploring up this way because I'd really like to get this waypoint. Because when we do finally get more stuff unlocked, I want to be able to fast travel back over to this section and not have to like walk. That is something that I didn't do the first time that I played through this. Was I actually skipped waypoints, surprisingly, and yeah, it was kind of a pain to go back and do all that.
どうだ？この世界の元素を感じたか？
Yes, I did. Now you can see like the earring, the little pauldron, those gauntlets are all now blue. attention to detail.
お前は心臓に触れるだけで風の元素力を手に入れられるみたいだな。
Kaze-sama Banzai!
この世界の人が力を得るにはお前みたいに簡単じゃないんだぞ。
I think I know why. It's because...
だってお前はこの世界の人じゃないからな。
Yes. If you didn't really realize this, through your playthroughs, or if this is the first time you're watching this is technically an isekai. Which, I didn't realize that at first when I first started playing, until it was pointed out to me by my brother. That this is an isekai. You are a traveler from another world. Because it says, like, in the opening credits, like, you've traveled from world to world. And then this particular one, when you wanted to leave this world to go to the next one, you were blocked by the sustainer of heavenly principles. And so you are not of Teyvat, of this particular planet, which is an isekai. So this is like something, and it's really interesting because there's not a lot of characters in this series that knows that you're from a different world. They know that you're like from a different land, or you know, you're a traveler, you're a wanderer of some sort and stuff, but I don't think they really realize that you're essentially an alien. But this is something that apparently you've told Paimon, because you've been traveling for so long together and you've become such good friends in your travel, that Paimon knows that you're not from this world. So, and that is something, you know, we've entrusted to her, but we don't entrust that knowledge to quite everybody else. So I always thought that that was interesting, to know that this is an isekai, even though like everything about it is fantasy. Normally it's like an isekai is about someone from Earth, so you can like relate to them better going to a fantasy land, not someone from one fantasy land traveling to another fantasy land. And then getting to watch the story unfold around that particular perspective. Because there's probably things that we don't know about the Traveler. We don't know anything about the Traveler's like world from beforehand. Unless they do like a switcheroo on us at the end of this particular storyline, and it's like the Traveler and their sibling has been from Teyvat the entire time, but they like left a long time ago and forgot about it. And, like in their travel from world to world, they ended up making it back, or something like weird like that. That's the only way that like it wouldn't end up actually being an isekai, but like in everything that they've given us so far, it is. And so like, you know, I just think that's interesting.
ここから西へ行くと自由の都モンドに行けるんだ。
Mondo. So pretty. Get to the cathedral.
モンドは風の都市で七神の中で風神を祀ってるんだ。心臓から力を得られるお前ならそこで神の手がかりを入手できるかもな。それとモンドには銀融詩人がたくさんいるから妹さんの情報が手に入るかもしれないぞ。よし、じゃあ行くか。この世界の元素はお前の祈りに応えた。いい兆しだとオイラは思うぞ。
That is a lovely sign, Paimon. Alright. Now we get to... I'm on fire.
もらった風元素の力だ。はあ、おいらもこんなかっこいい戦い方ができたらな。
See if it'll change this to auto recover. Okay. Escaped to call. Right. Alright. So. Signatures. Oh, it's so crazy. Let's show character details for now. I think I can put, yeah, traveler on there. Let's see, let's get rid of some of these little red dots. Right now is the Mika banner with Shinha and Ayaka. Let's claim achievements. Open this up. Oh. Okay, get rid of that, and then oh, this is just one that we get. And I am gonna leave these two here because I'm gonna do these surveys off screen and get the extra Mora and extra Primogems. Oh right, set birthday. I kind of want to set it for now. Cause like my birthday is January 24th, so I'd have to wait a whole long time before I could get any special rewards for that. But since this particular account is separate from that, I kind of want to put the day that I've made the account, but I don't know if I set it for today's date, which is 4/6. If it'll send me something in the mail immediately, or if I should do 4/7. That is like very unlucky though. I have like two numbers that both are death, essentially, in Japanese. Because then I'll get it tomorrow. I think I'll do that just so that I'm safe. Because or I can do 4/6 and gamble on it. Because technically the server reset has not happened yet. Because it is 1 in the morning for me. So I think maybe at the server reset, it would count and let me know. I like 4-6 a lot better than 4-7. They're both even numbers. I'll do this and we'll see. Oh, okay. Immediate. I did get it. I got a cake. Excellent. I'm glad that worked out. Now I need to go to here and use it so that I get the fragilism and the item itself. I'll use these. I have my 10 fates, which I'm going to save those because I'm going to wish a little later after I've gathered some more stuff. I already got some food for me. Okay, and I got the Traveler's Handy Sword, so I can also do that. This isn't really gonna do much, but we'll equip it anyways, just to get rid of the thing. Oh, I have to get farther before I can change my glider. Okay, so it wants me to level up it. I'll do 5 for now. Yeah, I know I'm level up more. Do 5 for now, so it'll get me to 10. Gold. Yeah. Oh, and also, let's go ahead and get these primos for plunging. Oh, right, crap. It has a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, more primos. I can't look and see how many primos I have exactly, I don't think. Switch him over to Traveler's Handy Sword. Not sure. Lock it so I don't lose it. I might keep... On my old account, I got rid of like all of my starter weapon stuff. I might keep this dual blade since this is like OG dual blade for meme purposes. This is a defense sword. Doesn't do anything for us. I can't do that until I set. Alright, so now that we've done some proper stuff, let's go over here and trigger the dragon. Put a couple fish while we're in. See if we can get that last fish. Okay. Let's trigger the dragon over here. Monday. How far? I don't know how far down you need to be before it triggers. There it is. Ooh! Beautiful.
なんだあれ。なんか でっか
That
い
is
や
a
つが
big ass
空を飛ん
dragon.
でるぞ。
When you
森の
see
奥
it
に
go
行ったみたいだ。
down behind
気をつけて進もう。
behind the entirety of like the forest, like its wings spread goes across the entirety of the forest, and then when you get in there, it's like way smaller.
きちんとしまっておこ
Okay, so I'll do that side last.
きちんとしまっておこ
Lizard.
夫人へっはあ
Excuse me.
旅の収穫だ
I'm just like looking around for sparkly stuff, so if you see me just like quickly just turn my camera back around and stuff, that's because I'm looking for sparklies or trying to remember visually where sparklies are. Oh, that's cool. I never noticed that. There's a little... Oh, wait. Yeah, I do. I know where that's at. There's a little path that leads up to the Stormbear Mountains. Let's see if I can get both of these foxes. 1, 2. Trying not to trigger the pyro Villaturl immediately. Look, there's a chest here.
旅の収穫だ
I don't want to trigger them. I'm not ready to, so... Get back everything over here, though. Oh, I love this so much. Just, like, vibing to the music.
やっほっね
Alright, let's go take care of... Oh,
じゃあ
nothing? Okay. See how it is.
へいこの世界も俺に応えているのか
Treasure. I'm a bit like Paimon in the fact that I really enjoy treasure hunting. There's just something so nice about collecting materials. I almost walked into that. Oh, my stamina. Oh, I'm gonna die. Again. that makes 3 times I have died, all to swimming with very little stamina. Check on. Oh, right. Element particles. Alright, now basically just have that section over there after we go this way and go get the teleport. We'll take the path. I was gonna like just climb, but take the path like intended. It is interesting how it's sort of hidden though. First NPC that we meet is not Amber or Venti or what's her name? Lila? No, that's not it. Lila's the character. Lynn. That's her name. I'm stealing your chest.
きちんとしまっておこう。
気をつけろ。
Lorgar.
この先は危険地帯だ。
Kin. What's wrong? The roads ahead are dangerous. A convoy was attacked by powerful monsters in the mountain pass. We better leave if we have no business here. Have you seen anyone that looks a lot like me? Someone like you? Why, yes, I believe I have. A lot of young adventurers like you will come tramping into Stormbearer Mountains. I turned most of them back, which is good, since it's quite dangerous up ahead. Oh, you're looking for a relative then. Sorry, I misunderstood you. I don't think that the person you're looking for has come to the Stormbearer Mountains. Best you go look somewhere else. Let's see. Last option for treasure now. How's the situation? It's not looking too good. The Hilichurls have been increasingly active recently. It's becoming quite a headache. But there's not much I can do beyond warning the adventurers and travelers around here to watch their backs. Here are some notes I jotted down. Maybe you'll find them helpful. Take care now. Ooh, some adventure experience. And we'll take that. Sorry, Lorgar. Oh, I don't have Amber to start a fire. I was gonna say I'll cook something up real quick, but... level 18 items, eh? While I'm here, I don't think I'm gonna fight and like get as many chests up this way right now. Just collect a couple of these materials and the waypoint. That's mostly what I want to get. Highly dangerous. I would collect these carrots, but it pops up an enemy. So I'm not gonna do that. We'll, however, collect some pine cones. That squirrel went away and I don't wanna deal with that. Alright, so I'm basically ready to come back and explore this when I get a couple more levels under my belt and more characters. I can't even use my elemental sight right now. I can. Oh wait, I can. Okay, so it actually unlocks. So let's see, is this one? Put down below them. Let me see. That's gonna be a trick one. But oh right, so with the plunge attacks on the blue crystals, you do have to do it like 3 times. White iron is similar to just iron chunks though, so 1 plunge attack will do. We'll just go until something pops up and I have to run away from, and then we'll teleport out. See, this is the part of the thing I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna pop up Geo Slimes. No? Oh, okay, surprise. Okay, so this one will probably pop up higher slimes, though. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to deal with that. Pyro is not something good to deal with when you're low level. A lot of damage over time. Okay. I have to remember I don't have my glider yet, so I can't just go jumping off of stuff. I'm kind of curious about, like, if I could reach this one. Nah, I don't want to go testing boundaries just yet. I'm gonna risk it for a biscuit. Get these carrots. Okay. I'm glad I did. I risked it. I got the biscuit. Okay. On some of those, you'll have the whopper flowers pop up out of the ground, or slimes, or whatever, and I don't want to fight those right now. So I did that, I got the camp that's on this side. Now I'm gonna go and do the camp here, which will take me into the Whispering Woods for the next section. Up a little. So now I haven't even really been keeping up with Oculus. I thought there was one around here somewhere. Might be misremembering this spot though. Get me some dandelion seeds. Easy achievement. Around here, so basically I can't squeeze in through there. I was gonna come through the back, but well, I stole your potato. Oh, I missed. I'm gonna get the chest.
この世界も俺に答えているのか。
Second chest. Oh, I missed it. Nothing like some good adventuring. Here. Mushroom. Hello, slime. I want your materials, please. Oh, they give me materials, they give me money. Okay, that leads back over to that camp that we already got. Oh wait, there's more up here that I just kind of walked past. I thought there was more hilichurls. Come over here, friends. Me some apples. And a potato. Okay, so that's this whole front area clear. Got the secret chest over by that area that most people miss. Alright, start slowly making our way into the whispering the boar, and that's a Numa slime. Missed again. Okay, well, I don't want to go chase it down, so. Is this gonna be a chest or is it gonna be enemy? Enemy and chest. Mushroom. Let's put this on Nemo slime before I forget and trigger the thingy. Don't actually know how far you need to walk into the forest for it to trigger. Stuck. Okay, I want to see if I can go this way before triggering it to get the lamp grass in that chest over there. Also, okay, never mind, it triggers. I don't get to see Clee's buried treasure. What's up there? Beautiful.
怖がらないで。安心して。僕は帰ってきたよ。あいつドラゴンと話してる？誰？
I like this. This is one of the few moments you see Venti actually like kind of serious. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear that, Paimon, or feel it. Good thing the dragon didn't notice us. Can't believe dragons exist in this world. Is talking to dragons normal? Of course not.
あの石赤く光ってる？近くで見てみようぜ。気をつけろ。嫌な感じがする。
Frog. Hey, frog. Only price. Hold on a minute, Paimon. Collecting lamp grass. Oh yeah, forgot. Okay, I'll go get the other stuff here in a minute. So there's more, more stuff up there. Back where we were. Crimson crystal.
こんな石見たことない。
Oh wow.
なんなんだこれ。危な
This
って
really
ことだ
doesn't
けは
like
わかるな。
my frames.
とりあえず回収しておくか。よし、回収完了。
The crystal has so many particles it drops my frame rate down. Alright. Got crystal. Let's see. I think this is the only time we really I don't think we get to keep this later, so I'm gonna go ahead and read this. A teardrop crystal in which gloomy red gleams flow seems to have been left by the dragon. Perhaps the person that was talking with the dragon knows more about it. But where did he go? Where indeed? But as I was saying also, that scene where Venti like jumps back and is like, who's there? Like you can see a little bit more of a serious look on his face in that moment. Which is kind of interesting, like we actually snuck up on him and he's not giggling or smiling or anything like that. Very interesting attention to detail in that scene. A little different than how we see Venti. So just little slime. Okay, got all three of them in one go. Over here for a second. Traveler, please get off the tree. As I was trying to get to, I got this. So I didn't know what this was at first, but it is Klee's little treasure area. My treasure. There's some scruffy handwriting on the wooden post that says my treasure. And I think there's like a quest or something that you do later and it gives you a chest or something from here. See if I can make this. Oh. I didn't do that one right. You have to like time it just right and like sprint jump off the edge. If I get like running start. Nope, it went to the edge. I did it the first time, I almost had it, and then now can't time it. Okay. Thinking about it too much. Might have what it no, because that's I don't have the glider, so like going up a tree isn't really gonna help either. That was the wrong direction. Ooh, almost. No. 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 Yeah. I get it.
きちんとしまっておこう。
Okay, so everything did fall down. I did it. Okay. Let's move on. See if I can fight these Ailurus before For triggering Amber's thing. Alright, so I got everything from the forest. I think I got all the lamp grass. I don't know if there's stuff up above me, but I think that there is. Yeah. Man, my game does not like this forest. There's something in here that just... is atrocious with particles or something. I almost want to go and try and beat up that Hilichurl camp and see if it's possible to get rid of it before getting hold of an Amber. Because I've never tried that before, obviously. I don't see any chests or anything on that particular platform there, so I don't think I'm gonna go down that way. New entry. These different Hilichurls than the ones I've already been fighting. Maybe it's the one with game, please let me attack. It's trying to show me the Oculus, and it's not. It wasn't letting me defend myself.
それは風の塊みたいなもんだ。風たちの地にある七天神像に行こうぜ。それを神に捧げるんだ。ほらほら、行くぞ。詳しいことは後で教えてやるから。
Thanks, bye, Mom. I don't want to get too far up in these mountains, because... yeah. I think I'm gonna go try that though. I'm gonna go after that other camp that's over here. Let's see what happens. Because it'll either let me do it and then spawn more enemies for me to fight with Amber. Or... it'll teleport me. Not being able to fight them. Let's see. Hardest one is going to be trying to get a hold of this one. Yeah, because I don't do as much damage. Okay, fine. Yeah, this is a non-climbable structure. One more. I don't want to waste my ult. So, can't hit him. Okay, I got it. Let me get it. Okay, so experiment. Set. It doesn't even have the Elytral. I think it's just gonna spawn new stuff to that's two. There you go. Thank you for the money.
旅の収穫だ。
Okay, Temple of the Falcon unlocked. Alright. I have unlocked that and kind of bypassed Amber altogether. Let's see. Oh well, I often help hungry adventurers by sharing a little something with them, so I might have seen this person that you want to find. Let me see. Well, your face does look familiar. Were you the one who had some barbecue lizard with me the other time? Speaking of which, you do look like that person I had chilled slime with. No, maybe you were the one with the frog soup? I'm sorry, I can only seem to remember the food I had with other people. I don't recall what they looked like very well. Ooh, I wonder if she has oh, what's it called? There's a condition where you can't see faces or like remember faces very well. Like every face looks a little kind of like dyslexia, but for remembering faces. Who are you? I'm the survival expert. Complete the surviving a wild challenge. I don't even remember the last time I set foot in Mondstadt. Actually, surviving the wild isn't that hard. You just need to monitor your stamina, stay hydrated, and keep track of your temperature. Naturally, it's a bit lonely out there, so I appreciate our conversation. There's a cooking pot, right? I try to cook some dishes you've learned. Food you've cooked does not only restore health, but can grant special bonuses. So learn your recipes. I guess I don't get the thing yet without Amber. Let's go this way. Guess we can trigger Amber. Let's get this stone. Very nice. Or in my other world, this is like the my plunging skills, please. There we go. Iron chunks is like the thing that I'm struggling with the most, honestly. I need so many to like make weapons, and when I do battle pass to do the 20 forged iron, or 20 forged items, I usually like to use the iron chunks because it uses the least amount of resources and it's the quickest. However, I was doing it so often without really replenishing that I started running very low that I couldn't even make weapons and other items. So I'm really gonna try and get as much iron as possible. Another thing that I need to do is remember where these are, because I need the koi fish to get the catch. So if I mark that there, there's another one somewhere over here. And then there's a place that's here, I think. And there's another one. Wait, but I'll get that later. So that's over here. I like Traveler's face there, like, whoa. Thank you, Amber.
私はセピロス騎士団の偵察騎士アンバーよ。あんた、モンド 都の人じゃないよね。身分の証明はできる？
Can you explain yourselves?
落ち着いて、怪しいものじゃないんだ。怪しい人はみんなそう言うわ。
Hello, I'm Hush.
ここら辺の地域じゃ珍しい名前ね。
It's not local.
それからそのマスコットは何なの？
Ah, yes, finally.
全然違う。マスコット以下じゃないか。
I have to every single time. I'm sorry, Paimon. Our banter must include you being emergency food.
とにかく旅人よね。近頃モンド城の周辺で大きな竜が出没しているの。だから早く城に入った方がいいわ。そうだ、ここからモンドまでそう遠くもないし、ここは騎士の務めとして城まで送ってあげる。え、任務があって城を出たんじゃないのか？もちろん任務もあるわ。でも安心して、任務を行いながらでもあんたたちの身を守ることくらいはできるから。
We'll just help with your mission.
それに怪しいものを放っておくわけにもいかないからね。
I like that Amber says, I still am not sure if I can trust the two of you just yet. And then when we get out of this cutscene, we immediately have her on our team. Like, she just joins us. Why so suspicious, Amber?
優秀な騎士にあるまじき言動だったね。謝るよ。見知らぬ、尊敬できる旅人さん。
You're forgiven, Amber, I
ぎこちな
guess.
い。騎士団ガイドで決められた言葉に不満でもあるの？
Angry. Angry, Amber. Bam! Bear and Bunny.
ねえ、得体の知れない旅人さん。何しにモンドへ？
Those
こ
like
いつは
suspicious
遠
travelers.
い遠い旅の途中で妹と離れ離れになってな。オイラはこいつと一緒にその妹を探してるんだ。へえ、家族を探してるのね。そうだ、今請け負ってる任務が片付いたら城内にお知らせを。そういえば任務って何なんだ？簡単よ。見ればわかるわ。
Simple. Head to wait. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna switch and then switch back because that one is not better. Any feather. Don't have a healer. Circle of physical. The healing bonus circlet. It doesn't think it's gonna help me. Oh. Do an HP percent circlet. I like that one better.
this one. I'm gonna go gray for now. No pirate bonus, so we're gonna give her attack for now. Yeah, it's okay. Well, this will at least give us max HP increased by 1,000, even though the healing bonus is kind of useless right now. And weapon-wise, oh, okay. Don't have any. So maybe we'll keep Amber's base bow. I have enough to refine. Oh wait, we can't refine these. At least not now, I don't think. Stick with it for now, though. Oh yeah, no. Can we? I think refinement opens up later, so we won't do that yet. Okay, about it. Let's do. Number up to 10. So it's pretty good for now. When we get into Manda, I'll look in some of this other stuff. Can't do talents or anything like that.
向こうに何か変なものがあるみたい。見に行かないの？見に行かないの？
Amber lines. Okay. Head over this way. Try and get through this little opening section, and then I'll call it for now.
の化け物が城に近づいてきてるの。今回の任務はその巣の掃除よ。
Oh, missed. Not sure.
でも、あんたも戦えるなんて思わなかった。支援ありがとう。ねえ、戦ってどう思った？
Considering I didn't pull out Traveler. Barely broke a sweat.
なんでこんなところにヒルチャールが現れるんだ？こういう奴らは普通、都市から離れたところに巣を作るよな。
Good point, Paimon.
そうね。本来だったら荒野にいるはずね。でも最近、風魔竜が頻繁に出現するようになって、キャラバンのルートに暴風が発生するたびに怪我人も多数出るし、騎士団はその被害から守らなくちゃいけなくてね。だからこいつらの活動範囲もだんだん城の方に。そう。でも今日また一つ巣を片付けられたから進展はあったわ。
This one camp helped make things a little bit safer. And I guess that's fair.
さあ、私についてきて。真面目で優秀な騎士があんたたちを城まで守ってあげる。
Sure. And this is why I don't like bow characters. Their lock-on is
つい
atrocious.
てこれるかな？
Alright, let's go talk to Lynn.
なんだあれ？
腹が減っては冒険ができないのよ。次は何作ろうか。君たちも冒険者なの？
通りすがりの旅人だよ。料理の準備か？
旅人さんね。いらっしゃい。
いらっしゃい。
私はリン。冒険者協会所属。サバイバルのプロよ。見てのと腹が減っては冒険ができぬというのがサバイバルの心得の第一項目だからね。
That is a big onion. I never knew. I thought that was like a water canteen. An onion.
ピクニッ
Crazy.
ク。おいらも大好きなんだ。
Picnic.
おいらの仲間も料理が得意だぞ。そうだろ？
That's right. I love cooking too.
鍋の準備はできてるから腕前を見せて。こうやって切磋琢磨しながら料理できる機会は珍しいわ。キノコと肉が桶に入っているから、それで鶏肉と野生キノコの串焼きを作
I
っ
already
て。
got them. That's funny. That's very, very funny to me. Okay, so let's make some of these. Voila! Proficiency. Let's see what else we have, because I might make... I'll make some more. Okay, so I can do at least one of these. And then do some of these goods. I know I'm probably going to have to revive at some point. And it's better to have this stuff prepared beforehand than get caught without it. Let's see. Let's get a couple of these ones. Heal over time. I'm gonna do like 3 of these though. Maybe I'll do 1 of these. Have 1 crit. I have just enough eggs to be proficiency for this too, so I'm gonna do that as well. Meow. Okay. Let's do one more of this. And let's do 5 more of these ones. That'll leave me a little bit of meat left over. Done.
もうできたの？うん、いい匂いがするわ。では、いただきます。
いただきます。
うん。
ごくり。
うん、思ったより美味しい。君やっぱりセンスあるわね。
やったー。
そうだろう。
君の腕ならもっと難しい料理に挑戦してみてもいいわよ。私の荷物に生の食材がまだ少しあるから君にあげるわ。
いいのか？お前が食べるものなくなっちゃうぞ。
大丈夫よ。野外探検で食材はたくさん手に入るから。それから鹿狩りで食材と料理を販売してるから時間がある時に寄ってみるといいわ。
うんうん。情報ありがとう。っておい、おいらにも鶏肉と野生キノコの串焼き
Let's
残
find
しといてくれよ。
timeline. I made extras. Excellent. Okay, I gotta go talk to Timmy. Let's see if I can get. Oh, I miss. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Time for the meme option. Poor Timmy. I think his dad was the one that also went to Dragon's Mine in that quest, so I think. So I'm sorry, Timmy, but your pigeons are needed for
試合をしよう。
cooking. It's very important. Also, this family over here is really adorable.
一体どこにあるの？
We have Parsley and Rosemary, and then their son, Sage. So cool. Then I think he's from Snezhnaya and moved here. I don't want to get into the dialogue, it's a little lengthy. And then Sage's dialogue is kind of cool because it talks about like foxes in the lake or something like that, which I always thought was interesting. Some kind of like story, folklore story. Maybe I'll look into that later. Give me some mushroom. Just a mushroom. Anyways, cutscene and this is Celeste in the background.
紹介させてもらうわ。風とタンポポの牧歌の城、自由の都、セピロス騎士団に守られてやってきた旅人さんたち、モンドへようこそ。
やっと野宿しないで済むな。でも城内のみんなはあまり元気じゃなさそうだ。
最近みんな風魔流の件で頭を悩ませてるからね。でもジンさんがいればきっと全てうまくいく。
Sure.
ジンさん？
セピロス騎士団の代理団長ジン、モンドの守護者だよ。ジンさんが一緒なら風魔流レベルの災害でもきっと打ち勝てるはず。
Sounds like someone pretty
そうだ、
impressive.
一緒に騎士団本部へ行く前にあんたに渡したいものがあるの。
Also, I guess I didn't really ever think about it, but Amber talks about taking us to the headquarters here before anything kicks off. And then after events that play in the next cutscene near the cathedral, you have Kaya, who was told to come and get us after everyone in the city witnessed us helping the city out and stuff as well. So very interesting that if that stuff hadn't happened, we still would have ended up at the headquarters instead of like Amber just escorting us to the city and then being like, well, here's your reward, hope you find your sister or whatever, and like kind of leaving it there. She was gonna go that extra step to get us to the headquarters anyways.
さっき一緒にヒルチャールの巣を片付けてくれたお礼だよ。
おいおい、オイラにはないのかよ。
パイモンちゃんには使えないものだからね。でも今夜はモンド名物の人参とお肉のハニーソテーをご馳走してあげる。
人参とお肉のハニーソテー。
That's even longer in Japanese than in English, which is kind of funny.
とにかく私についてきて。今から高いところに行きましょう。
High ground. And then I have... Okay, yeah, I still have that. You can do that later. I do want to take some time and like talk to a bunch of the NPCs here at some point. let's see. I got 24 and 7 of those. See, this is what I was like talking about for the crafting as far as the battle pass is, because generally you're gonna have the most of irons, these 2 irons, and these blue crystal chunks. But it takes 4 crystal chunks to make 1 of these, even though it is like the blue variant of it, but it still takes up like a lot of material, I feel, versus like this one, which is 3, and this one is just 2. And I know that like the enhancement ore doesn't give you as much on these lower ones as well, but even just doing like this fine enhancement ore instead of this mystic one, I feel like it's still more bang for your buck, because these, especially this one, but like these both add up way quicker. Even this you get a lot of just passively from exploring and fighting and stuff, and just for doing quests and things like that. But these, you get so many of these. Like on my other account, I have so many of those kinds that help me level up weapons very quickly. And I don't like, I never feel like I'm gonna run out of them because I have so much of them. And at the same time, if I'm using these like smaller materials, the least amount of materials to get that, like, I guess overall I just feel like I'm saving a little bit of extra material because I'm not like going balls to the walls with the more expensive option. And then of course these ones, which are found in Dragon Spine, and these amethyst lumps in Inazuma. I guess they could be okay. I don't spend a lot of time in Dragon Spine though. You know what I mean? Like, Dragon Spine's a really hostile place to just mine a bunch. So I don't ever have a lot of Star Silver to like just do this, and it's like kind of better to save it to use for weapons and stuff. I don't even think there's one on the list yet until you unlock the Dragon Spine sword thing. And then same with this, because this stuff is kind of everywhere on Inazuma, but they're not in easily accessible spots like the iron chunks and white iron are. So these are the ones that I typically will end up crafting way before any of these other ones, unless I want just a few of these. But the other ones are kind of a waste, personally. Let's get rid of all those, get a couple extra more primos. Catherine, so I can claim. Let's see, like I said, like with rewards, you're getting so many of these enhancement ores and stuff just from that. Where are we at as far as... Ooh, we're close. I'm trying to see how many primos I can suck out of this. I kind of don't want to go to the next thing got books that we gotta get to. Alright, so far we have fought some Hydra slimes and Nemo slimes, Cryo, and Geo slimes. We found regular Hilichurls, Hilichurl fighters, berserkers, and wooden shield guards, and shooters, and Hilindril grenadiers. I think that's it as far as enemies. For animals, white gray-winged pigeons, crimson finches, foxes, squirrels, and 4 forest boar. We found black-backed bass and golden bass. Did capture a crystal fly, frog, 2 types of crabs, blue horned lizards, and so we have 13 entries for that. Traveler's Handy Sword. I'm pretty sure you can't get another one of these. Even though I think it does have a refined. It's not technically max refined. I don't know that I've ever gotten more than one of those. I got a recurve though. And pop that on. Amber. A lot of new materials that we found. I still haven't went and gotten Cecilia's. We've not made it to Wolfendom for wolf hooks. I'll probably pick up some of these in the city. Melanoma mushrooms. We have a couple more foods to get us started. And we found some basic ingredients. Get a couple trophy items for leveling. No gadgets yet. We've not done books. And right now we're just in the beginning of Mondstadt. I have not found any viewpoints yet. So we'll also work on that as time goes on. Okay, so I guess that's about it for that.
普段この辺は賑わってるんだけど、最近は風魔竜のせいで商人や旅人がめっきり減ってね。でも曲がり角にある酒場はあまり影響を受けてないみたい。むしろいつもより繁盛してる。
Okay, so I don't have it open yet. Like I thought. Sarah. This could be. Oh wait, I forgot. Oh, I can't browse. Ouch. So let's just try to have a... Okay, so it does, let you start crafting kind of early. That's cool. I've already... I like how it just now gave me the about Hydra one. To open map. Ooh, you know what we can do, and we can end it there, since I can't do wishing just yet. I wanna go... First I'm gonna get one of these full animal mushrooms. I think there's a chest up here. Maybe. No. It's later. Down. Down. Okay. I was trying to go down safely. It was a little crazy there for a second. Goth. Can I buy stuff from you yet? Interesting, it does let me. I'm not wasting all of my Mora on this just yet, but that's interesting. That it'll let me buy stuff from him, but not. So that's good. Oh, I can't wait to get my wings, but until then, we're gonna... Let's see, I have to remember best place to go up on here to get to the top. Because there's a lot of like people that I've seen do this and then they don't use the right area to get up to the top. Then they'll get stuck and fall and just like die over and over again. I think it's these though. Okay. Okay, so you want to like follow this flatter edge that gets past these things here, because they'll kind of trip you up. And also, when we get up here onto this section, I think is it here? Sideways. I might need the... Okay, that one wasn't it. One of them, I think maybe it's this one, because you need the... Maybe it's this one. No, it's one of these. Can get you to the top. just don't remember the very, very cleanest way, but this will stop you from, like, because these ledges stick out a lot for you to stand on. So I want to say it's... So maybe after that it's... here. Yeah, okay. That's what it is. Oop, please don't fall off either. And you can get up around this little corner. And make it onto here. Which has several chests and for a spin disc.
この世界も俺に答えているのか
This one? No, it's not this one. That one? Yeah. That one has the precious chest on it. Oh, and then, yeah, and then there's the chest that I was thinking about. I just picked the wrong windmill.
Yo. きちんとしまっておこう。
Yep, precious chest, and I am now... Well, there's also a chest on there by Ellen, too. Ooh. Okay, yeah, we're gonna get my stamina back before I climb. I didn't even see it. It's too late. Okay. Now do this, then you go out to get around the ledge, back in. Apparently that didn't want to take. Means maybe you have to go up. Yeah, okay. Higher than the ledge. Over. Here we go. No! Oh, and there was a chest. Oh, that was my bad. I decided to sprint when I shouldn't have. Launched myself off the edge, which is very funny.
偵察基地目標発見
Okay. Ooh, Amber. Oh. Didn't make it to the ledge in time. Let's try this again. I think I'm getting very sleepy and it's making my brain not function right. Because it is almost 3 in the morning. I have... Wait, what? Is this not it? Oh wait, no, it's up one more. I know, I saw it. Here it is.
宝箱を開ける瞬間ってワクワクするね
Okay. Okay. Let's go back over here. And didn't do it. Whenever we were over on the other side, I saw Amber do her plunge attack. And then I tried to do a plunge attack here, and it didn't do it. Wow. Okay. So... let's see. Did it not? Okay, so... yeah. Yeah, no. My plunge attack didn't work. Puppy. Weird. Okay. So early on, you don't really do plunge attacks when just jumping off of stuff that high. Oh, that's weird. I'm even trying to do it like this high. Yeah, you can't do plunge attack. You can't do like jump off of stuff and do plunge attacks that high. Because I click the button and it doesn't do anything. Strange, but if I'm like this far. Oh, well, I'm in the city, so I think it's good to jump off of. Yeah, I can't. Oh, that's so weird. Maybe it's like a city. Oh wait, no, there we go. Oh, maybe. Okay. So if I jump forward. Okay. Normally, I could just run and then you do a dash. Like off of stuff. And then you can hit your attack button and plunge. But right now, you specifically have to like jump and like you have to combo it with jump sprint. In a very like specific thing. That's so strange. Okay. Okay, well, there's so much stuff. Ooh, well no, because if I get up there to do it, it's gonna trigger the thing, I believe. I don't think I can do this without triggering the thing, and I don't want to trigger a spring, so I'll do that next session. Let's see. Alright. If you've made it this far in, I'd like to give a special thanks to you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Even with cutting out much of the picture section early on and some of the dead space here and there, this was still quite a lot in terms of exploring and collecting, and the intro portion as well, which was pretty girthy in terms of documenting and explanation. My videos going forward shouldn't have that long of an intro, and we should be getting into more exciting stuff in the next episode too, as I advance the Archon story and meet new characters. A lot of the exploration and stuff I think I will keep in still, as I do like that I'm documenting my progress in terms of collections and stuff.
initially I wanted to not really think about it, but for the way that I play, I don't think that that's gonna be like possible. So I think I'm just gonna, you know, embrace it a little bit more, and, you know, keep collecting chests and items and really filling up like the archive and things like that, and achievements as well. Also, while playing, I was giving it some thought on the side about going through character voice lines in books and things of that nature. I think I might make those things a little halfway videos, so in between, say, like episode 2 and 3, there would be like a 2.5 episode maybe, or I would start maybe another side series that's its own kind of thing, but rather than fill up the main episodes with it and stagnating the exploration process, that might work out better. I'll give it a little bit more thought and see how it works out. I'd also like to take a moment to give my thoughts on the story, NPC, music, characters, and everything from this episode. So the start of this story is something that I really enjoy. That opening fight cinematic and the feeling you get when you need to choose who's going to be the traveler and who's going to be the missing twin right off the bat is very exciting. The way it sort of thrusts you into that decision, especially if you're a new player, I can imagine that like you're not expecting to have to choose between one or the other, and you're wondering, how is this going to affect, you know, gameplay and story and like what I'm gonna see and experience later on. This being my second time through, I kind of already know what to expect, and because I've watched other people play Lumine mains, I kind of understand, like, you know, what her attack pattern looks like and how she sounds, and I see how she looks when she's, you know, doing her animations and things like that. And it's just not quite, you know, for me personally, so I can make a little bit of a better decision on that for myself, and know that I like Aether's aesthetic a little bit more, and animations a little bit more, and his fighting sounds, especially in, well, I should say, because I'm, you know, doing this all in Japanese, voice lines, specifically, you know, that sort of like impression and sound that he gives as well. So, you know, I've seen some people, some new players start and then not really like one or the other, and then I've seen them re-roll characters because they want to try the other one and things like that. So yeah, that whole part is like super intense, I guess is the best way to put it, like being thrust into that decision, and knowing that this is like kind of an RPG, but you're not sure like how your decisions affect stuff as a first-time player. And then you get a little bit more knowledge about traveling with Paimon for 2 months in this opening scene as well, and the mysterious circumstances of her being fished out of water. We don't really know any of her background even now in 3.5. Like, we just know that she doesn't want Traveler to leave. She gets really anxious and worried when we get hurt or go missing. So we know that there's like a really strong bond, but like we don't really know much about her other than the surface level stuff that she likes to give off to everybody, of being very hungry for food, for money and treasure and things like that. Very as I mentioned way earlier, she kind of really does remind me of a Seelie in that sense. So it'll be interesting to see how that relationship progresses on. And then there's like, you know, art and soundscape of Teyvat is amazing. I love it so much. The way you just sort of melt into the gameplay after the cinematic and you're just like straight into the world, and the feel of the controls are just really good in my opinion. It feels super smooth. The swimming maybe is a bit rough and slow, but it's to be expected since you don't have a lot of stamina upgrades yet. And that's kind of part of your progression and leveling and stuff in this world. So that makes a lot of sense. It's just, it is a little rough. And while the introduction to Teyvat is similar a little to a certain franchise, I do have to like kind of put that little nugget in there. I think that it's still okay though. It really shows you the world laid out before you, and it makes you want to explore. You can see this big city in the background. You see these woods and mountains and, you know, lake, and like you are drawn to it. So I think it really works in that sense to really pull you in, as well as sort of guiding you towards the path that you need to take as far as getting to the Statue of the Seven, knowing that you have to go through the Whispering Woods and are kind of guided very nicely without it feeling like too much of a chore and stuff. And I like that it also puts Stormbearer Mountains, which have higher level bosses, not really that far away from you. If you go through the little archway up, and there you see like level 15 and 18 leveled NPCs there, mobs. And if you want to explore and get caught up in that, and it kind of shows you that there's other stuff, things that you can look forward to later. You're not super railroaded, or at least you don't feel railroaded in that sense when starting the game. But the music and everything also just makes it perfect, and I really can't say enough about it, looks and sound wise. It is so enchanting. And then adventuring on in, we finally get our powers from the Statue of the Seven, which is fascinating, and see this huge dragon fly overhead, and it's so pretty. I'm really fascinated by the Traveler's ability to get powers from the Statues of the Seven without a vision, and, you know, still wondering why. To this day, it's something that is still currently being speculated on, even now in 3.5. So I don't really have much more to say on that, other than like, I know that we're going from place to place collecting element, and like with the introduction of the Omni Element dice in Invocation, I'm just like, that has to be some sort of hint, right? to the end game, maybe. As well as something I sort of noticed after we had gotten our first element anemo. In the opening cutscene, whenever you see Aether and Lumine with their full power, their little like jewelry and crystals and stuff were white. So they had all of that power. They were at full power. And their like earrings and stuff were all white. And then when they got sealed away and lost their power, it was black. Until now we have an ammo, which gives you this lovely bluish teal, light blue teal color. So like that'll just be interesting to see that progression and see where they go and how they resolve that story-wise. And then the dragon is, you know, really beautiful, though it's, you know, it's a little funny to me that the size of the dragon isn't scaled quite right between when you see it fly overhead, and it's as large as the entirety of the forest, and then when we get into the forest it's, you know, smaller. So it's interesting that they decided to do it that way, and scale it like that. But it is early on, so maybe that was just the easiest way to animate it. But it's a little funny to me. I get a little chuckle out of it every time I see it. But in terms of aesthetic, it's also probably one of my favorite NPCs. Dvalin is very pretty, and I am a sucker for dragons, and especially dragons that are more Asian-y aesthetic and with feathers. Feathers and fur and stuff. So, you know, I really love that. It's very, very pretty. This leads us into our first character that we kind of see as well with Venti. We get one little glimpse of him, and I mentioned how he was very serious in that one scene. And more serious than we ever see him in like anything ever again later on. And I hope in future patches that we can see him being a little bit more serious as well. Like even when, you know, a little bit of spoilers, I guess. Even when we see Venti fighting Senora later on and getting his noses taken and stuff, he was still like cracking jokes and like trying to be cheeky and snarky and all of that, and like that's a kind of a serious situation, I feel. I mean, it kind of suits him, but at the same time it would have been cool to see him put up maybe a little bit more of a fight, or, you know, be a little bit more serious. Like the what ifs of that situation kind of keep me up a little bit thinking about that. So I really want to see him in more roles than just the cheeky bard. I know that behind the scenes he pulls a bunch of strings that we don't, and then up front he kind of puts on this persona a little bit. So maybe we'll get more you know, insight into that later on, and stuff. Next we meet Amber. I don't have too much to say on her. You know, she means well. She's really nice and happy. A very good, stable kind of character that doesn't have like baggage or anything. Very, you know, wants to help and do her part. Maybe not like, you know, top tier in terms of like leading, maybe, but she has, you know, the gusto to get things done for in her own way. Some honorable mentions as well for Lynn, Timmy, Logar, the Herb family out front of Mondstadt, and the other like NPCs. Something that I feel like MiHoYo does really well is making the world a little bit more lively and interesting by their dialogue and presence and how it connects to other regions, and that just attention to detail. I really, really enjoy that. Mondo itself is super beautiful, you know, to take a stroll in, and has that nice relaxing vibe which fits it really well. Even with all the storm terror stuff going on and stuff as part of the Archon story quest, just the town itself outside of that is very nice. And it really does encapsulate, you know, all of its things that it tries to embody with, you know, being free and stuff, while also making it feel like it could work as an actual town as well. There's a manga, or I guess I don't know how it's actually considered. I call it a manga, but I don't know if it's actually considered a manga. That kind of gives a little bit more history to Mondstadt, and I kind of want to do an episode reading through that and talking about some of the things that like connect back into the game, but the game, you don't need to read it to like get through the game and know stuff, but like it's very cool to see those ties and know that some of the history that's in that is connected, and see, you know, characters' background stories in terms of Amber and Cole and Sino, and stuff, and Diluc and Kaya, and kind of get a little bit more of a understanding from that. So I might do a little side thing just for that, maybe. But I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so I wanted to kind of like wrap that up here, kind of go over my overview of everything that we sort of experienced during the session, and I really appreciate it. Again, you know, hanging out and stuff, and again, I'm not making this for any particular reason outside of this is for my future self. I'm just kind of sharing it with people as well, of whoever's interested or not interested. So again, it's probably never going to be like super glamorous. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a try here and there and stuff, but I do want to keep a bunch of stuff in that I can, so it might get a little dry and every now and then in between the action-packed combat. So yeah, I guess I will see whoever watches the next one, and you know, if you have any questions or want to add like little lore facts or anything like that, you can definitely leave it in the comments and I'll get to it when I can, and maybe address it in the following video or answer directly, one way or the other. So hope everyone has a good day or night, and I'll see you later.